up, y'all? Welcome to our very first episode of the Mid Majors podcast, where the real hoopers talk, unfiltered and unapologetic.
All of that.
I am Tacarra, one of your gracious, humble hosts. You may know me as Tacarra Hayes. Now I'm Tacarra Barnes. I have not been called Hayes in a very long time, but I like to consider myself to be the original 21 Savage.
Ooh, man, I don't even know how to follow that up. I'm not a rapper. Don't know who I would compare myself to. Yeah, my name is Courtney Lumpkin. And yeah, I'm just here, sweet talker, but giving you the real talk at the same time.
Exactly. Well, you got to think, I got the original 21 Savage because like my number was 21.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's really cool. I don't have any cool stuff like that.
That's okay.
I don't know. I have to think about it. Hey, y'all, if y'all are watching this, let me know. I need something cool like Tacarra. That's what I need. I need something cool for the intro.
I'm like literally a game time player. This literally happened 5 minutes ago before we got started. Because I like literally got in here and like started like getting in my zone. Like I was getting ready for a game. Oh. So then that's what happened.
Okay. I need to get better then.
It'll come. It's literally whatever. But so how was your day? I'm excited to get started.
I know, me too. My day was actually pretty chill. I worked from home today. And it was just my son at the house with me, which was great. My mother-in-law took my daughter for the day. So it was nice just to kind of like work a little bit, just chill out, work a little bit, chill out. Then took my son to baseball, which was great. He did great. And now I'm back home. So it was real chill.
What about you? Rocking your Morehead State jersey.
Yes. I had to dig deep in the crevices for this. Okay. And I had to add a shirt too, you know. But
because it's not hitting like it used to.
It ain't hitting like it's used to. Y'all don't want y'all to see how stretched out it is right now. But that's okay. We repping though. We repping.
My day was kind of cool. Like honestly, I ain't been able to focus all day because I've been like so excited about this. So like, I was not worth nothing today. Thank God today was home day for me too. So I was like literally was just like kind of working on stuff all day, thinking of different ideas. Like okay, trying to make sure stuff was right on my computer, trying to see what was happening. But whatever. But Courtney, why don't you? I guess we should introduce ourselves and let the people know who we are while we got started. You can just go ahead.
Okay. Well. My name is Courtney Lumpkin. I went to Morehead State University on a Division I scholarship. What else? Are we getting like personal? Sorry.
You get whatever you want to get. Get whatever you want to get.
Okay.
Get whatever you want to get.
So yeah, went to Morehead State University on a Division I scholarship. I am married. We have celebrated our first year of marriage a couple months ago. I have 3 kids. I just had my daughter last August, so she'll be 1 on August 23rd. Tacarra and her share that Virgo energy.
Virgo season is on the way.
She's super spicy, y'all. She's super spicy, but super cute at the same time and sweet. Yeah, I used to be a flight attendant for 10 years. I'm not doing that anymore, and although that chapter is closed, it served its purpose, and I'm happy where I am now because I get to do things like this. So,
yes. Yeah. You probably got like a lot more time to yourself.
A lot more time. Oh.
Just more time in general, like work-life balance.
Yeah. It's more so, I have more. Okay, so when I was a flight attendant, y'all, and I'm going to say this, I enjoyed being a flight attendant to a certain point.
Right.
And at that certain point, it just caused me a lot of like anxiety. So I just couldn't. Let me fast forward to now. It's just I have a lot more time to think creatively, which I love. Like do things like this. I would have never been able to do this, you know, if I was still a flight attendant, you know, because my mind would have been just somewhere else, just not even having the space for it. So I'm thankful for it, but I'm happy where I'm at now.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you're happy because I remember us being friends like during your flight attendant days.
And I was like,
and I'd be like, oh, it seems so cool. And you'd be like,
crashing out. all my fellow flight attendant girlies, my flight attendant friends, okay, especially in Atlanta, you already know. Y'all
Mm.
already know.
I couldn't imagine being a flight attendant out of here, child. It's a mess. At least the Delta's a little classy.
They a little bougie. But then
You
you
know
get the
what?
bougie, but then you get the bougie people. Okay.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But I would rather have the bougie than the ratchets. No, no.
It's a certain level of entitlement
I got you.
that some of them have. Not everybody. I've had
Got you.
more good experiences than bad. So let me just say that. But sometimes there's a certain level of entitlement sometimes.
Got you.
And the way they talk to people, it comes across, you know.
The
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most. So I'm Tacarra Barnes. Like I said, formerly known as Tacarra Hayes. Um, play basketball at Tennessee Tech University. The Tennessee Tech University is what I like to say. So me and Courtney actually were opponents. We played against each other. How we became friends, I'm pretty sure it was Instagram. So basically, we've probably been friends for like 10 years now
Right.
at this point. So it's been a little minute.
Mhm.
So we just became friends on Instagram. I'm originally from Kentucky. A small town in Kentucky, 2,500 people, Horse Cave, Kentucky. That's where I'm from. Um, like I said, went to college, Tennessee Tech University. Had a great college career. I love my school. I'm proud of my school. Recently got into the Hall of Fame in 2022. So like 3 years now. That's something I'm very proud of. Something that I really wanted for myself. I'm married too as well. I've been married for 11 years. I've been with the same guy since I was at Tennessee Tech. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore. I tell people he was my Quincy McCall. That just is what it is. But I'm kind of like Courtney. I'm happy that I have a career that allows me to do things that I want to do, that
Mhm.
allows me to have work life balance. I have no kids, so I'm here, kicking it.
Mhm.
So I tell Courtney, like, we're on your time, child. Just let me know. Because I literally, it's just me. The husband's fed. He's can take care of himself, whatever. But yeah, we're here. So we're excited to get with you guys. This is an idea that I've kind of had for a while. People have told me, including Courtney, like, hey, you should start like a women's sports podcast. And I'm like, I should. So then I'm like, I pitched it to a couple people, like, would you want to do this? Would you want to do that? Some people was like, yeah, sure, send me the info. And I'm like, okay. I never really sent the info because I'm like, okay, it was just kind of a thought. I already had the name for it, which I felt like the mid majors was perfect because that fits us. And then Courtney just was like, I told Courtney about it, and Courtney was like, I want to be on it. And I was like, okay, you can be on it. And
Yeah.
then she started sending me a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, she's serious. So I guess we're doing this. And then here we are today,
And that's so
August
funny because I
7th.
feel like that's vice versa. I'm like, you started sending me stuff, and I'm like, oh, like she's serious. Like I
You
need to get
think
on
so?
my
I
shit.
feel like you
Yeah.
sent me about 10 episodes, and I was like, oh. I was just playing. Like, I just said it. And then you like started sending me stuff, and I was like, oh,
I
okay.
mean, but look at us now.
But look at us now. Then we
Look at us
start
now.
rolling with it. Then we got like a little business license. Then we start buying equipment. Then we start, this is what we got going on. Then we start planning, and then we start having a meeting. And here we are. So I'm
Here
excited.
we are, and it happened so fast.
It did.
It happened fast. I feel like we initially had this conversation like maybe like March, like around March Madness, maybe.
Yes. January.
You
Yeah.
know. So
Probably
to
yeah.
have our first episode right now before the end of the year is like amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Be intentional. Be intentional in 2025. Whatever you want to do, just put that work to it and you can do it. Just 1 foot forward. Even if you need a little help, don't doubt yourself. Just go with it and just run with it. But so we talked about as far as like do you want to say anything else about your college journey? My high school journey, I don't really want to get into that because like who
Yeah,
cares?
no, no.
Like who
Mm-mm.
cares?
Mm-mm.
Let's talk about, so you talked about how we could get personal as far as when we talked about you introducing ourselves. What do you think has been like the hardest transition from being an athlete to like a regular life?
Um, I'm gonna say confidence. My
Ooh,
confidence.
that's a
Yeah,
good one. Explain.
yeah. Um,
That's a good one.
without getting like really super deep, long-winded.
And you
And
can
I
do it if you
might,
want to. I done had a
and I
drink, so
might,
go ahead.
yeah, I might. But, you know, to we've been playing this sport for so long, you know, like just playing for so long, so many years since we were young. I think in just a lot of value goes into that.
Mm,
So playing at the collegiate level, I mean, you're doing something that you know how to do like the back of your hand.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know how to go into the gym. I know how to shoot a jump shot. I know how to do all these things. I know how to run and play. All of these things that just come natural and easy to you and you enjoy doing it. I think once I graduated college, it was like, oh, like I don't really like doing this job, you know?
You mean as
Or,
far as job, as far as like work, like
yeah, like
real
for
work, or
work, like
got you,
work, like trying to
got
find
you.
something,
So
just not
question.
feeling.
So did you go straight from college to Delta?
No, no.
Okay,
So
got you.
I actually, when I graduated, I actually went to Wright State University to be a GA with my
Oh,
college coach my first 2 years.
awesome.
So I was there with him and I didn't even do a full year.
Really?
No, I did not enjoy it at
And
all.
you was coaching?
I mean, it's a GA coach. I mean, I guess a little
Yeah.
bit.
I mean, you was at practice.
I was at practice and I was practicing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
I guess.
It was coaching is not for the weak. That's number one.
Yeah.
But I just didn't enjoy it. And my coach knew it. And he was like, Courtney, go do what you want to do. And I said, thank you. Because I don't want to do this.
But what is it though? What do you want to do after that?
I didn't know. I mean,
That's what I'm
shoot,
saying.
I was only 22. And that's the
Yeah.
thing too. If we were to even get into that, like, oh my gosh. Even if we were to get in, even if we were
Take
to
your
get
time,
into
child.
that,
Take your time.
we necessarily didn't get to take like classes and stuff that we wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
classes that we had to revolve around practice
Practice.
schedule, study hall,
Yeah.
weights, conditioning, all of those things.
Real quick,
So,
kids, if you listen to this, when they tell you that it's student athlete first, it's not.
it's
So carry
lies.
on.
It's lies. Um,
Carry on.
so even with that, and I was a art major. Love being creative,
Oh, that's
love it.
cute.
Yeah. And that was one thing I battled with because I felt like all the other like art students, they had like all of this time to like really like dive deep into their craft and like what they wanted to do and all these other things. But it's like I didn't have that same amount of time, you
Yeah.
know, like to really think about it. And heck, like you were like 20,
Right.
19, 20. So you already really don't know what you want to do, but now you don't
Right.
even have the space to actually think about it, really.
Right.
You know, so like I said, I think by the time I graduated and left Wright State, it was really hard to like just even like a resume. Nothing was on my resume. Nothing
Right.
was on my resume. Like that's even a thing too. Like what you know, like it's like what job am I going to get? I don't even have any experience. I don't like the only thing that's on my resume is basketball. You know what
Right.
I mean? I don't know what to do. You know, and but have to like walk into a place and present yourself a way where it's just kind of like I'm a little bit uncomfortable. You know, like I'm not necessarily confident in this arena.
Right.
And I think it's just took some time for me to get comfortable like okay, like these you are much more than just basketball. And I think with me having kids now, that's one thing that push onto my son because he's of age. It's just like, you know, like you could do anything.
Right.
You could do absolutely anything in this world. You are not here just to dribble a basketball or jump really high or anything like that. Because I just don't want his value to be wrapped up into that. So that if he doesn't make it to the NBA or the,
Right.
you know, baseball league, like, listen, I'm still learning baseball, y'all. Don't forget me. But the baseball league,
Major League Baseball, MLB.
I was going to say that, but I just didn't want to be wrong.
It's okay. I'm just a girl.
But if he doesn't get to those things, it doesn't define who he is.
Right.
So like I said, I think that was maybe the hardest thing, was just realizing, like, Courtney, like, you're gifted in so many other things,
Right.
like, it's just not like basketball is not the only thing you can do, and I need you. Okay, see, I'm talking like God is
No,
talking to
you
me,
cool.
but
So how long when you say that, like, as far as you telling yourself basketball is not the only thing that you good at, like, are you at the same age with this? This is like right out of college when you starting to have those conversations?
yeah,
Because I
I
feel like I didn't have
mean,
those till like later. But go
later,
off.
oh no, I had those, and I mean, even like recently, it's still something that I think confidence in my gifts is something that I've always kind of struggled with, because I just want it to be
Mm,
perfect. I want to it needs to be perfect before I could do anything. I have to
got you.
be the best at it, like, and it's like, it's okay not to be like perfect right out the gate, Courtney. Like, it's
I feel
okay to
you.
like just take baby steps,
You know what
you
that is?
know?
That's a struggle because that's like that's practice. Like that's just that mentality when you always practicing like it's always perfect. It ain't never less than anything
Right,
that perfect. So it's
right,
like you think that you got to have every single thing together. You got to think you got to have all of it right to be able to do whatever. You get what I'm saying? That's so
right,
not the
yeah.
case.
Yeah,
Not the case at all.
exactly. So I think that was like the biggest thing, you know. It was this one time I had for my senior, I had to do an art show, and they were like,
In
"Hey,
college?
like, yeah, in college."
That's awesome.
That was part of our like senior like thing or whatever. And they were like, "You have to pick 3 pieces and price them." And I'm thinking, like, ain't nobody gonna buy this. Like, I'm looking at everybody else's work, and I'm just like, this is great. They had all of this time to, like,
Mm.
really
What
whatever. And
what
here,
time frame was this? You had to do this in what, like May?
yeah, I mean, like, we had like all like kind of just, maybe it was like maybe the last couple months until we graduated
Class
of
of what you graduate.
2012.
Basketball ended in March, first week of
Mm-hmm.
March, then January, March, April. So 2 months is basically all you had. Then
Yeah. So I
everybody
had
else
to
had
like scramble.
January.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you.
And even if, and let's put a pin in that real quick, and I'm gonna come back to that. But that just goes back to even like basketball at a young age, where like you playing in all these AAU tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And you got college coaches lined up. They all sitting there lined up. And you just like, Lord, like, I need to have a good game. I gotta have a good game.
Yeah.
But I think it's that mentality from such a young age. It's like, I gotta be better. I gotta do
Right.
good. Because
Right.
it's always somebody else trying to get your spot, trying to be better or
Exactly.
whatever. And I think for me, it's just like looking around, I'm like, bro, these people, they've been working. But anyway, I was like, okay, I picked 3 pieces, and I was like, I just put $20, like, whatever, $20. Girl, do you know they were gone in like 15 minutes?
Interesting.
And my teacher came up to me and she said,
Ooh,
Courtney,
I know where this is going.
she was like, you have to stop selling yourself so
Short.
short.
Mm.
She was like,
Come on,
because
art
you
teacher.
thought, okay, she said, because you thought that these people, all of that time and effort that you put into that, your skill, whatever, the story behind it, all of this stuff,
Did you get
you
the
know,
money?
you did all of it. I did. I
Shit.
got $60 for all my time and
So this was
effort.
money for you to get.
Yeah.
I felt shout out to the teacher. She knew what she was doing. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
and
I had to just touch the. I had
nah,
to
it's
put on the brakes.
okay.
But
Yeah, and she was like, you did all of that and they were gone. It's like, stop selling yourself so short. There are many
that's
things that you
good.
can do and that you can do well. So just, I guess, ending on that question, I'll say it was my confidence.
Would you say like I guess this would be like probably my answer to the question. Just
Mm-hmm.
kind of piggyback off like what you just said and the point that your art teacher just made. Would you say that you struggle understanding what excellence is if it's not basketball and
Yes.
anything else? I think
Yes.
that's for me. If I had to say the biggest transition, I think that I just struggled on what excellence was and
I
what it
like that.
looked like.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm because I never
Yeah.
I don't think that I really understood. I know like as far as me is my story. So I like I said, I had a great basketball career. So back when we were playing, we graduated in 2012, y'all. It's been a minute, honey. Um So 2012, back when it came to WNBA draft, I want to say the WNBA was different then. For a fact, it was. They had to put you like on a list. Like you had to make a certain list to be able to get drafted. I think it was like maybe the top 40 people or something like that. So I remember when it came to the end, like me, I knew I was done. I knew I was done going into my senior year. Like, I'm done. I'm gonna marry this man. Me and him's in love. We're gonna have a family. Like that was like I was so set on that. I knew that I was done.
Mm-hmm.
So when the end came, like I was so ready for it to be over, which is so crazy to me because when I tell people that, they're like, "Really? Like you love ball?" I did love ball, like, but I was done.
It was
Like
time.
it
It
was
was time.
time. Like I was starting getting hurt. Like the smallest thing, I'd be hurt. I catch a rebound, I
Mm-hmm.
broke a finger. It was just like it was time, like stuff like that. So I remember my trainer talking to me, and she was like, "Hey, they sent you this WNBA stuff. You know what you want to do?" I was like, "I'm done." And she was like, "Take a few days to think about it." And I'm telling you, I'm done. Like it's a wrap. So she was still take a few days to think about it. I don't want you to, because it's a quick turnaround. Like you
I
done,
mean, yeah,
you
yeah,
in 2 weeks. If that, it was like maybe not even a week. Like you ready to go again. Like so, it's no break for real. So you really got to love it for real, for real. Like especially if you want to go to the
yeah.
next level. So I told her, I was like, "No, I'm done." And she was like, "Okay." But they still put my name like on the list to get drafted. So like the
Yes.
day it comes up, I was like, child, like calling my mama, like, please don't nobody call my name. Like
That's amazing. Y'all, this is the first time I'm hearing this story. So
yeah.
like that's amazing.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I've told anybody this, to be honest. Whatever. So I'm like I'm literally calling the phone my mama, like, hey, like, and people's calling me home like, you on the draft list. And I'm like, I ain't turn my stuff in, but you know thank you for thinking of me. So I tell my mom, like,
Right.
hey, I'm really like hoping I don't get drafted. So that didn't work. I'm like, great. So that was after I got selected to which my coaches, like, shout out to my coaches, because they really did try to help me. Like I actually got selected to be, which an amazing program that I see people doing now. It's called So You Want to Be a Coach. It's like a future coaching program where you go, your school pays for you to go to the Final Four. Like you got to write an essay, and it's dope. Like you're in seminars all day. You get to go to the Final Four. I got selected for that. Like that was amazing.
Wow. Okay.
So I did like, what's it like? I did like speed dating interviews and stuff like that. But still, I didn't know if I wanted to coach for real. I was done with basketball at this point. Whatever. So did not want to get drafted. So, but me, like, elite for you, like me hearing you say that you like even liked art. Me personally, I couldn't tell you what I liked. I couldn't tell
Mm.
you what I was into. I could tell you I was into TV. I like TV. I like shows. I like to nap.
Yeah.
Like I worked hard. I like to go to sleep. I like to rest. Like I could not tell you anything that I was into. But I could tell you that I had a good personality and I knew how to hustle. So my first job coming out of, and I like shoes. I was into sneakers. My first job coming out of college, I got a job at Finish Line. Like, cause I was going to grad school. I was going to grad school to be a counselor, which
Okay.
was like basically like not something I wanted to do. Something somebody told me I'd be good at.
Right.
Probably my mama. So I was like, sure, I'll go
Right.
to grad school. Even though, like, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all when I say this. Like, I hated school. School was not for me. If college was not for free, I would have not went. I just didn't
And
like
that's
school.
okay.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
and I'm gonna get to the. I ain't gonna say what I really want to say about college, but carry
Okay.
on.
Okay.
But so I did that. Went to grad school. So I started working at Finish Line. Like, okay, I'll work here. In between grad school, whatever. So like my first time on the job, I mean like my first month on the job, I want to say that the dang regional manager came in the store and saw me work with a customer and was like, "Y'all need to promote her. Like, she needs to be a manager." And I was like, they offered me to be a manager, and like the money at the time, like 2012, I was making like fifty
Right.
thousand. So I was like,
Right.
shoot, I'm done with
Right.
school. Like I'm gonna do this. So like that's what I actually got into. But me personally, like I just had no clue what I was good at. I didn't know what I wanted. And honestly, it's crazy because like I've been out of school how long? We've been out of school what, 13 years now? Is it been
A
13?
long time.
Honey, do the math. If we
A
graduated
long
in
time.
2012, I'm just now at the point where I'm understanding what I do like, and it took that long. And it's so
Mm-hmm.
crazy because I've done a lot of therapy. I've been talking to a therapist consistently. And one thing I've learned that's a key point, that as many years as you spent doing something, so say we played basketball for 22 years of our lives, me
Mm-hmm.
21. It's going to take you that long to uncondition your mind for that, regardless of what you
Mm.
do. So that's something my therapist made me kind of understand. But I know for me, like, so I did coach. I did coach high school. I coached AAU. I hated coaching high school basketball. High school basketball sucks. Um, I hate high school basketball. It sucks. The work ethic ain't there. It's hard when you used to playing at a certain level, and especially the type of player that we were. We used to play in
Yeah.
Division 1, and we used to a certain, like you said, excellence every single day, where you can't
Yeah.
cut off no slack. You got to go hard every single
Yeah.
day. Every possession counts. It was not for me. Like, you know, and
Yeah.
I did pretty well coaching, but I was like, yeah, I'm good on this. Like, I
It's
chose
not for
myself.
everybody.
It's
It's
not.
not for everybody. It takes a special type of person to be able to like coach.
A lot of
And that's
patience.
at any
Any
age
level.
level.
Any age
Any
level.
level.
Any age level.
Shout out to the coaches out there.
Shout
The
out to the
good
coaches
ones.
out there. The good ones. The ones with the patience. The
The
one
good
who be
ones.
sticking with it. The ones who
Yeah.
be, but coaching was fun. But it's so funny because me and Courtney was having a conversation. That's something that I had to realize, like, that basketball feeling that you have, like, and I was telling her the other day, like, you tell people this. That's my biggest advice. When people ask me for advice after college, that feeling that you feel, you never
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel it again. So don't try to
Ever.
chase it.
Ever.
That adrenaline rush you get,
Ever.
that endorphins, that hype, that level that you get from one basket or one win that you practice all week for, and you
Yeah.
saw them
Yeah.
results, right? You're never gonna feel that again. So
Ever.
it's unfortunate, but it's a
Ever.
harsh reality.
It
And
is.
people still trying to find it to these days. And it's like, I'll say this. So I actually wrote a book. I wrote a book in 2020. I wrote a book during COVID. I wrote a book in like 2 days. So random. Like, literally wrote a book in 2 days. And I had talked about me being a perfectionist. It
Mm-hmm.
talked about like me trying to uncondition myself from being a perfectionist because basketball made me a perfectionist. Like me trying to strive perfection for every single thing. And I'm like, it's impossible. But me just trying to just navigate life and just come out of that athlete mode, I want to say that I literally just came out of that maybe like 2 years ago,
I believe
which is
it.
crazy.
I believe it.
Now, I ain't been like, no, thankfully for me, I ain't been one of them people who still trying to chase a dream and still
Right.
still trying to hoop. Like, I knew I
Right.
could not do that. I done still
My
make my money. I knew I
my
could
hips
hustle.
won't allow it. They be
My
like,
hips won't
Courtney,
allow, honey.
you wanna come to pick up y'all?
I don't. No, thank you. Don't ask me again.
No.
Quit
No.
asking me. But you want to know something crazy though? I think for me, when it came to like my real, so I'll say 3 years ago when I get out this mode, I want to say my Hall of Fame induction was probably like the closing chapter for me that I
That's
needed.
amazing. Yeah.
Like, as far as like me transitioning to like who I am now and like being
Yes.
a different type of woman and stepping into the next chapter of my life, I want to say my Hall of Fame induction did that for me. And I
Did
was
it
just
feel like
like,
it was worth it?
what you
Like, did
mean?
you feel like validated?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think that type of recognition and that type of award is something like I can't speak for every athlete because some people
Yeah,
may not have
no.
had that, want that legacy. But I
Yeah.
think for me and what I wanted, I always wanted a legacy for myself because that's what I always wanted a family for. So like when I
Mm-hmm.
think, I mean, I'm a keep it 1,000. Like we talked about, unapologetic and
Yeah.
unfiltered. I was gonna marry me a tall husband, like I did. My
Mm-hmm.
man is 6'7". I was gonna have me some league babies. So, so that was like my
Period.
thought. And I'm gonna have me some league babies. And I wanted a legacy for my kids to be like, my mom did this, or my mom. So like that was important to me. So I think for me, just the transition, that was what kind of I needed to kind of move on and like to understand that I was good at other things and
Right.
like to understand that I was talented. But that's something that I did need, if that makes sense.
No, I can understand that. This is that, I guess, describe the excellence part. Like you said, like the excellence that you were trying to get to.
Nothing was good enough. It didn't matter what I did. It don't matter how much money I made on any
Mm-hmm.
job. it don't matter if. So my therapist started making me do an exercise where I had to come home and tell my husband what was something good that I did that day. Like I had to be like, okay, well, I did this that was good today. I did this that was good today because, like, literally, you could tell me something like, and I think me and you probably are aligned on this because it's like, for example, with us prepping for this show,
Mm-hmm.
you could send me, I could send you like a graphic, even though it's not what I do, that show thing. I could send
Yeah.
you a graphic, and you could be like, the graphic is great, and I could be like, not really, or I really don't like it. It was like literally like nothing was good enough. It became like low key OCD. So like even like it
Okay.
could be like the smallest thing. Like I could clean my apartment, clean my space, and then the cleaning wasn't good enough. And I'd be like, well, I missed this spot, or I missed
Wow.
that spot, or like that was like literally something that I really had to like literally overcome. But I will tell
Right.
you what got me out of that too. And like God is so good, and God'll take you through so many things to like
Man.
literally like it be like heartbreak. But it could be a good thing. Like me going through my IVF journey and me failing in my IVF journey and it not going like I thought it was gonna go was the best thing that could have happened to me as far as me reconditioning with like a life. Cause
Mm-hmm.
now, like before all that perfectionism shit, now I'd be like, it didn't work. Shit. Oh, okay. Well, guess we'll try again. Like I'm so like out of that. Me going through that journey has really like shaped me and I needed that. I
Hmm.
needed that. Because
No.
nothing's gonna go perfect. Nothing's gonna be every way like you plan, regardless. Just like unfortunately, one thing that basketball taught us: if you work hard and you do
Yeah.
everything that you should do, you're gonna get the results right then. If you work on that same move's gonna work. Life ain't like that
It's not at
at
all.
all.
At all. And you talking about IVF, I can even bring in like, like have being a mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that it does change your perspective on stuff. I mean,
I'm
like you
sure.
are thrown in it and it's like you gonna sink or swim. Like, let's do it. You gonna sink or swim.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like you said, like some things happen to prepare you for what's ahead. Like for me, I look back at since I had my son in 2018, that was a long, like a lot of people don't know that
So
is
he was
a
born in 2018.
he was born in 2018.
That is Christian.
Yes.
Why I feel like Christian by 15?
No. Cuz you just be seeing him on Instagram all the time.
Like Christian by
No.
15. How old is he?
No.
He's young.
He'll be 7 in September. He's a
Why do I
Virgo
feel
too.
like shoot? I feel like Christian by 15. Like
Yeah, no. He act like it. You would think he is. But no, it's 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 difficult. I mean, I think when I had Christian in 2018, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just got over all the stuff that I'm talking about: postpartum
mm,
depression, anxiety, stress, all of it. Like low self-esteem just from having a baby, not feeling good in my skin, like just so many things. And even that, does being an athlete have more of an impact on that? Because for me, I was just like, Courtney, why can't you pull yourself up out of this?
man.
Like, why is this so hard? Like, and I could have these conversations with myself, like, of just like, Courtney, like, you got to get up. Get
And you
up.
know why? A saying that I always say. I always say my coach, and I love this because it does apply to everyday life. Like, but it like when you in situations like you talking about it, don't like you can't dwell on plays. Like when you
Right.
in the game, you can't dwell on a play, you can't dwell on a missed shot. But when it
Yeah.
comes, you got to. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You gotta take time to dwell. You gotta take time to sit in your feelings. You gotta ask yourself,
That
what just
part,
happened
I
to me?
love that, Takara. I love that. That's
Yeah,
a
like
100%. It's not like, oh, on to the next play.
it
You got to be
ain't.
thinking about the next play.
No,
Like, it's not that. Like, and you got to
no.
recondition yourself in the real world. Real life happens,
Yeah,
you know? And you're not a child anymore. You're an adult. And you
yeah.
can't blame past things on things that you went through. You have to take accountability for those things, you know? So it's just like,
And hate to cut you off,
yeah.
but it goes back to what you're saying. Because of that, I have I had, and I probably still have, because of that thinking, I have a very unhealthy pain tolerance
Mm,
because of that. Because I can't,
mm-hmm.
I could, my damn leg could be broke, and I'd be like, "No, get up." I can
Yep.
shake it
Me
off.
too.
No, you
Me
need an
too.
X-ray. You need to go to
Me
the
too.
doctor. Hate to do it, but
Yeah,
I had to make that point. Is like because of that, you get an unhealthy pain tolerance because of
you
stuff like that.
do. You just
Yeah,
continue to push through. You're
yeah,
like that friend that's like, I'm okay.
yeah.
Like,
And
I'm
you're
fine.
not.
I'm okay. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. You know? No. Yeah, okay. I was about to get too real. Okay. So, yeah.
Ooh, child. That was good. That was good. But just if anybody just if you still question that, even like I'll be 35 next month. Courtney's already 35. Like
Okay.
that's a
Okay.
everyday battle. Like it's still, and men even have it worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like women, like, you know what I'm saying? We have our things going on, but like even men have it worse. Like that's something that you always, but I will say, like, I know for me, the biggest thing that I can say, if you take away anything from this conversation, me, when I was 28, 29, I kept trying to chase that 19-year-old girl. Like,
Ooh.
why am I not fearless like the 20-year-old? Like I said, the original 21 Savage. Why am I not fearless like her? Why am I not that girl? Like, that girl was fearless. That girl was badass. That girl didn't give a fuck. That girl was this. And it's like we talking about an 8-year age difference. You not that girl.
Yes.
You don't have the same body. You're not in the same situation. You're not in the same mindset. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, but I will say, the new person, when you find yourself, when you get on the other side of that transition, is a better person. I
It
will say that.
is.
A
And you
way
have
better person.
to you have to submit to it. You have
Yes.
to. The more that you fight it, the more you're going to be in turmoil. You know,
Exactly.
you have to accept where you're at in life, accept who you see in the mirror, and know that things can get better. You just got to put in the work to do so. And I think sometimes it takes a level of accountability
Yeah.
to do that as well, to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? There are some things that I can handle,
Yeah.
and I think that was one of my things, was just like, I have to do the work myself. I
Yeah.
can't expect anybody else to come in here and save me.
Yeah.
You know what I
And you
mean?
gotta not be afraid to try new things.
Right.
Like, I had such bad perfectionism. Like, Courtney, you could ask me to come over your house and play a game and I wouldn't play, in fear that I wouldn't be good at it.
Mm.
It was bad. Like, I had like a bad case. It was a different. It was a my therapist was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we gotta. This is not normal." Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't try new things because I was like, "What if I'm not good at it?" Or because I knew what was gonna dwell on me, or I was gonna sit and think about it all night. Well, why didn't I do it? It could be damn top golf. Why didn't I ain't never played golf before? Why didn't I hit the
It's
ball
keeping you
farther than
up at
everybody?
night.
You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, please. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right.
like, don't be afraid to try new things. Like, it's something you got to figure out, and it's okay to figure it out, and it's okay as long as it takes. Like, now, don't be the 40-year-old still trying to hoop, because your body's not the same. Your Achilles is gonna go first, honey. So don't try to do that.
And we've been
But
seeing that. So,
just to shift gears a little bit, let's talk about how the game has changed since from 2012, and how we've seen the game change from 2012 to
yeah.
like now we're in 2025. Just let's talk about the mid-major game in particular, or just kind of whatever comes with it. Let's talk about how the game has changed, period. I mean, I know the
Mm.
big thing,
You go. You
you
go.
know.
I mean,
let's
I mean,
That's the
yeah.
big thing that comes to mind.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah.
that
I
just is
mean,
what it is. Um, so in
yeah.
case you
I feel like I've seen more mid-major teams have more overseas players.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
more overseas players because they
That's
do
a good
not
point.
qualify for NIL, you know. you
Ooh,
know?
that's a
So
good
I feel
one.
like that's where they're getting a lot of their players from, you
I
know?
would say, if I could think about it, I have seen more mid-major players going, Power Five, or going to get their stats up. Because I feel like it's how I feel like. You remember back in, okay, so if I tell people, if I think about like me, now Tennessee Tech was the only offer that I had. That was the only offer that I had.
Same. Same for me.
Yeah.
More
So if
history.
I had to, if you would have asked me 2 years ago, if it was in back then in 2008, 2009, whenever I went to college, if I had to do it all over again to prove myself, I would have been like, you know what? I would have went to JUCO. I had an amazing career at Tech. I love Tech. I wouldn't have traded nothing, but boom, could have went to JUCO.
Yep.
Could have got your name out there. Could have got better those 2 years. I feel like low key. I mean, mid major right now is low key the new JUCO.
No, for real.
I'm gonna go to mid major. I'm gonna go get my stats up. Do all this so I can go ahead and go Power 5 year 1,
Facts.
year 2, or whatever, so I can go get this money. And
I wish I knew who that guy's name was that was at Morehead State last year.
Player?
He played him. Yeah, he played at Morehead State last year. I think he was. I don't know why I want to say he was not this past season, but the season before that. I want to say he was like the player of the year in the conference, but he transferred to Auburn.
I bet he did.
And he was big time. And
How
he
long
was
he
like
there? Hold on. I know who you talking about. Point guard, light skin?
No. He was a big guy.
Big guy. Hold on. Brom?
Yes.
He went to Morehead?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Johnny Broom.
Yes.
Ooh, child. Did he get drafted? He had a hell of a year. He got hurt in the tournament though.
I don't know that man.
Yeah, I know you talking about Johnny Broom.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that. He about what? 16?
Yeah.
He's
and
huge.
He was like in the talks with being like player of the year.
He was like the player. I might have took him a few times on my slips. I did not know we came from Morehead. But prime example, and then went to the Final Four. Wait, they went to the final game, didn't they?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Prime example. And probably got a bag. I think that I was like
it is a new way.
Something. I think that I was looking at something when it came to like schools. Like I want to say that team in particular, when it comes to Auburn, I want to say like I saw like a tier where they talked about what they players was getting paid. Like a bench player was $180,000,
that's crazy.
Or something like that. Or like the top player might have been $300,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's probably just what they paying them to come there. You know what I'm saying? So like.
That's not even like sponsorships and things like that from different companies and social media and all that.
Exactly. I mean, so here's the thing. So it's like here lately, we posted some videos on TikTok. We talked about we didn't see Candace Parker as a hater. We still don't see Candace Parker as a hater, but they was on TikTok. Y'all know how y'all do talking about cancel the whole podcast. I wanted to be like, cancel your mama. But whatever. So that's something that's not gonna bother us, just so you know. Cause like we athletes at the end of the day, we talk shit too, just so y'all know. But anyway, one thing that I can say when I was like looking into like NIL and stuff like that, like these people are making a whole lot of money and it's life changing money. And people are questioning as far as like, you know, the loyalty with the transfer portal, whatever. Now I will say, if I had to say that they could change anything, now I think that changing schools every year that's a lot.
Crazy.
I don't even like to move like that, first of all. So shout out to them going to the highest bidder. So if they did change anything and they did do, you know, maybe 1 year you get your free transfer, then the next few years, you know, then you do got to set out. Okay. But I mean, I'm with it how it is. I feel like all of this is reparations right now. I feel like the coach has been moving how they want to move the whole time. So whatever.
Oh, no, I agree too. I mean, I'm with that too, like moving from school to school, but it's crazy though, because I'm trying to think if I was like 20 and let me tell you something. You remember those NCAA meetings we used to have to go to?
Yes.
Y'all remember those? If you went to if you were in school playing sports around that time.
Nothing.
Don't
take money.
Nothing. Okay?
Don't take $20.
Girl, it was two instances. Like one, it was this older couple that used to come to all of our games. Since we were freshmen, since I was a freshman, they came to all the games. Every single one of them. And our senior year, they made me and Linda, she made these dolls for us. And she like made them herself. And she gave them to us for senior night. We're like, thank you, whatever. The next day, do you know the AD was like, yeah, like you have to give those back or you're going to be suspended.
So stupid.
I said, what?
Who cares?
He's like, or you could, he said, or you,
doing for me?
He said, or you could buy them. I said, okay, like, well, how much are they? Now, you didn't make them, but I'm just like, how much are they? You know what I mean? He's like, he looks at it. He's like, I'll say $20. I'm like, get out of here. I was like, you can keep the doll. It's fine. But it's just crazy that they would like suspend us if we did not pay the $20.
That
You get
happened
what
to
I'm
me.
saying? So like when I think about it like that, when they jump in from school to school and I'm like 20 and I can't work because I make too much for the
Yeah.
NCAA, you can't do anything because of the NCAA. It's like, well, I gotta get my money somehow.
Get your money, sis. Stick them up.
Exactly.
Take them for whatever
Cause
you can get.
listen, that transition into the real world will be a lot easier with a little bit of money in your pocket. Let me just
Exactly.
say.
Same thing happened to me. So I got put in a position where I kind of had to tell on myself. Because I had somebody who was actually, it was weird. We had this weird guy. I wonder if he's still living. We had this weird guy who would be at our games, who had like, basically like, yeah, I know you've been doing this or this and that, like on some like, that's like illegal. Like, and I'm like, is this he finna tell on me? So I ended up having to tell on myself. Cause I'll be honest, like and y'all can't do nothing to me now. I don't care what y'all gonna do. Y'all can't do nothing to me now. Kids is getting paid at this
Right.
point, so y'all not even
Right.
worried about this little. But man, when I was at Tech, I never paid for a parking ticket. Never paid for a parking ticket. If I got one, I just turned it right on in. If I could be out eating, never paid for me to go out to eat. Somebody would always pay for me to go there. So like I had to pay money back to the program, but they was like, write down everything that you took. So shoot, I wrote down about two things, like $6, $7.
Nah, facts.
And I
Like
had to
what?
donate the money back to the program. Like I never paid
Facts.
anything concession stand. Y'all could go to hell. Like,
Not
you
for
know what I'm
real.
saying? Like,
Literally.
cause,
Like my
'cause y'all not
parents
even
used to
pressed on
sit
that.
in the same spot since I was a freshman, yo. They used to sit in the same spot the whole time, whole game. Okay. They're like, my senior year, maybe like we already a couple games into the season. They're like, your parents cannot sit there because those are like booster seats. I'm like, it ain't that many people at this game. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
please.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents always sit there and everybody in here knows that they sit right there. And ain't nobody
Please.
said nothing to them for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So my parents still sat there
Should
as I
have.
told them that they should have, right? Girl, again, yeah, like you're gonna have to pay for the tickets for that section that your parents sat in.
Oh my God. And the tickets was
Yeah.
probably
Or
$15.
I was
Money
gonna
y'all not
get
even hurting for.
suspended. Or I was gonna
You
get
were gonna get
suspended.
suspended for some tickets where people were sitting?
Yes. So I just
Hey.
gave it to them in coins, whatever I could find.
Y'all know better.
Mm,
And you know what? The thing about it is that one thing that I've learned, it pays about how you treated your student athletes. You get what I mean?
man.
That's why, like, even I see that with my teammates. Like, and there's another thing too. And I'm gonna say this for anybody who's listening, you may can relate if you played before. You may can relate if you play next, if you're younger, whatever. Your experience might be way different than somebody else's experience. And I
Right.
think I know that. At the end of the day, I was 3-time first team all conference. I know that my experience is gonna be different than somebody else's. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I was the best player on the
Mm-hmm.
team. My experience, I can't speak for you. You still mad? We've been out of school for 12 years and you still mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I give back to my program. Like I pay, I donate, I'm active with the kids. Hell, I talked to a freshman today. Let me know if you need anything, if you need something, what you need. You know what I'm saying? Like I look out.
Mm-hmm.
They know that, I look out for them, especially,
Right.
but I mean, like I said, but everybody's situation is different. But as far
You
as the
right.
NIL goes, like when it comes to the mid majors, like I hate that the fact that like we low key like the JUCOs at this point, and
Yep.
we transparent. But I mean, I feel like that they trying to like get some motion going as far as when it comes to like just bringing money in. So like I was doing a little research today. So I don't think that Moorhead has a collective. They have something called the Big Blue Alliance. From what I've seen, it wasn't something that goes towards athletes. But I think that it said that if you donate and you say you want it to go to an athletic program, it can. So the
I
point that
agree
I'm
with
getting
that.
at,
I
so
mean,
Tennessee Tech, go ahead.
well, let me tell you something. Okay, I heard something of that nature, and none of it goes to the girls program.
Mm.
None of it.
You can't choose?
None of it.
Mm.
It goes, a lot of it, from what I heard, a lot of it goes to the men's basketball program,
I bet.
which I mean, they have the record to back it up. You know what I'm saying? They've won a couple OVC championships. I mean, hell, they just had the guy transfer to Auburn, and you know what I mean. They've had some real good
Yeah.
players. You know, so I try to look at it from that perspective too. Like
You
they
know,
want to put money
they
into
probably sticking Kenneth up, asking him to donate often. If they want not,
probably.
they probably sticking him up. People like that, they asking him to donate because like if they don't get no NIL money, them kids ain't coming. They can't compete.
No, that's facts.
They
But
can't compete.
but from I feel like I just looked at their roster like maybe a couple days ago or maybe a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure. So don't hold me to this. But they have a lot of international players.
Yeah, I bet.
So again, so like a lot of the mid-major teams, they have a lot of international players
I'm gonna
because
have
they
to
don't
look
have
for
to pay
that
them. They don't have to pay
NIL
them
money.
NIL.
But
You
you know,
know?
your girl from LSU had a lawsuit against the NCAA last
Hmm.
year. Poa. I need to update on that because she sued the NCAA over that not being able to get money.
And she should have.
I guarantee you, there's some way somehow that certain if you good enough,
Mm-hmm.
they making sure you get something. I guarantee it. But as
But I
far
mean,
as
she
like
probably could have got more.
oh for sure,
Like
oh
you
for
looking
sure,
around on that LSU team and they making a couple bags.
oh honey,
Okay? And I'm
they
just
got
walking
G
around
wagons on
with
campus.
my one bag. No, I'm suing y'all. Like, cause what? I'm a part of this team too.
Exactly. They probably got well, I know for a fact they have
Yes.
G wagons, Z's on
Yes.
campus. But I'll show you something really quick because I was like I said, I was doing some research today. And I reached out to one of my homegirls. Shout out to her last name is Fan, but I still call her Goose. Shout out to Chastity Goose. She played for WKU because I was trying to be nosy because they have like
Mm-hmm.
really big donors. I was trying to be nosy on their website and I was trying to see like kind of who does what. So like tech, we have something called the Golden Eagle Collective. There it is. So we have something called the Golden Eagle Collective. I looked at Georgia State just because it's right around the corner. So like
Mm-hmm.
Georgia State, from the one I seen, theirs was called the Collective too. But apparently the Collective is something that's kind of old, and apparently the Collective is not. They say it has nothing to do with the athletic program with the university. It's separate from the university, is what they say.
Sure. Yeah.
So I looked at our, and it seemed like we low key had one of the better ones because you get stuff with it. Like Georgia State, they just had theirs. You just donated the money and didn't come with nothing. So like, and I like about ours because ours is like affordable. So like, if you do like a gold tier, you get membership recognition. You
Mm-hmm.
know, membership exclusive to events. Then we have this one. And then we've got like different levels where like it goes up each tier, you get more.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so I do donate to this. I'm currently at the $42 a month level. I'm about to upgrade to the $83 a month. Cause I mean, this was
Okay.
stuff that I would want. You know what I'm saying? I get priority
Right.
parking. I can go to the Eagles Nest, which I could probably go up there anyway. But anyway, like, but I mean, for me personally, and the point that I was making as far as like you having to your experience being different because I have a
Mm-hmm.
great experience at my university, I want to give back. Now I've been
Right.
trying to get my other teammates to do it, and they like, you know, yeah, F Tech.
Right.
Which I mean, like I said, I understand, but the way I see it for me personally, this is something like this is like if I had folk, I give it to them, skybox, private dinner, whatever, donor shit. But if I like I said, if I could donate more, I could. But for me personally, me being in the Hall of Fame, me having a great experience, me being involved,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something that I should be doing because I want my school to succeed. I want us to keep winning. I love the tradition of my school. So I'm like, why not? I can afford to do $43 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's
Right.
just how I see it. And I
Right.
feel like, it's a wrap. Like if I want my school to win, and like I said, I am invested, like we not going to if we don't start paying these kids.
Right. Oh no,
Because
and that's
it's a
100%
wrap.
true. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
very
wrap.
true.
Yeah. But so we gonna switch gears another topic.
Okay.
So this is gonna be one of my favorite segments. What was your welcome to college basketball moment?
Mm. Well, we already talked about this the other day, so we're just gonna piggyback off of it.
Period.
My welcome to college basketball moment was conditioning. Okay? Conditioning.
Conditioning was rough.
Let me tell you something. I was the type, like I think my senior year, even like before that and during AAU and all that stuff, like, I was like in speed train because I wasn't, let me say this, I wasn't like the most like super athletic person. I had to like really like apply myself and work on those things to like get those skills. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So the one thing I will say I had over most people was that I was just strong. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I was lifting weights. I was running on that track. I was doing my speed training. I was up in the morning, 2 a days in the gym. I was like, I'm gonna be
So you was
prepared.
working going
I'm
into
gonna
your
be
senior year.
I'm gonna be prepared. No, I'm just saying welcome to college. Oh, you talking about in high
Oh,
school.
no, you talking about high school? You got you.
High
I just
school. I'm
want to
talking
call it where you
about
said
when I
high
went
school where you was at. Got you.
high school, I'm doing all of this. I'm like, I'm
Got
gonna
you.
be prepared when I go up there this summer. Like, I'm on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was wrong. So wrong. Okay? Like, first of all, I told you this yesterday. I swear, y'all can't really see my arms. My arms were like stuck like this the whole summer. My biceps hurt so bad. They were so tight. I couldn't even really like just kind of relax them because they were so tight. Right? So that was that. But then if we're going to talk about a particular time, and all my girls from that time, y'all know who y'all are. What is that? 2008, 2009, 2009, 2010. We had to do that 5 mile test.
2008,
Okay?
2009. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 miles.
A
Okay?
5 mile test
And
is
what's crazy?
insanity.
That's insanity. But what's crazy is that my coach at the time, I think when I got there, it was his second year.
Mm.
So his first year, like it was
What
none
was
of
his
his
name?
play. Mike Bradbury.
Okay, I remember him.
So it wasn't his the first year he was there, it wasn't his players, right?
Got
They
you.
didn't have the best team, and I guess he got rid of a lot of them, and he brought in his own
That's how
people.
it be.
So by the time I got there, it was 5 freshmen and 5 junior college players, and then I think 3 or 4 girls from the previous season.
Got you.
So we get out there for the 5 mile test. They had already done it, and it's so funny. And she tells us, she was like, okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is 3 miles, and you have to make it in 25 minutes.
Did you play ball with Brittany Pittman?
Yes.
Okay.
She was there my freshman year. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like, you have to make it in 25 minutes. And we're all on the line, like, all right, like, okay. We all just take off.
No problem.
Like I gotta prove myself. Yeah. I'm like going and shit. You know what I'm saying?
5 miles?
Meanwhile, well, the first part of it, okay, it was broken down.
It was
in the
supposed to be.
sections.
What was the first part? Tell me the section.
It was 3 miles.
3
That was
miles.
the first
Got
section.
you.
3
Got you.
miles in 25 minutes.
Got you.
Okay? If you miss any of the sections, none of it counts, and you have to do it all over. Okay? So we take off running. We run it, and the girls that had already been there before, they just like,
Go ahead, freshman. Let them wear themselves out.
They just trying. Listen, I got to that first curve. I was like couldn't breathe.
The first curve, not the third.
Not the third. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I said, what? 3 miles? Like, what? I mean, this is crazy. Like, yo, didn't make it at all. Did not make it. I think I ran that 5 miles the whole summer. It took me that long because after you did the 3 miles, then you did what was it? You did what, 2 800s. So you had to make 800, I believe. It was like 3 minutes and something.
This is all in one day?
Yes. 3 minutes and something.
So I can understand this correctly. So we going to the track.
Yes.
Okay, y'all, we going to the track.
It's like 6 in the morning.
The
6
first
in the morning.
part is 6 a.m. First, you got to do 3 miles. We take a quick break. Then you got to do 2 800s.
Yeah.
That's how they...
So you do 2 800s
Get the hell
in
out
3
of here.
minutes and maybe some change. And then after you
I'm going in the portal.
Hold on, no. Because I'm not done. Because then you have to do 400s in like a minute and 30 seconds, a minute and 20, something crazy. And if you
you already out of breath?
And if you missed any of it,
I guess
you had to do the whole thing over. So, like I said, shout out to Linda. I love my Linda so much. She made her times all the time. Okay. She would drink her energy drinks and Mountain Dews and get up there and run that stuff like it was nothing. But anyway, if you missed it, you had to get up the next morning at like 6 in the morning and run sprints on the football field. So those are the people that just didn't make it. And I remember Linda, she used to be like, "You got it, Court. You could do it." I'm like, "Thanks, Lynn. I love you so much." And it
Shout
was
out to
so
Linda.
funny because she used to drink these Mountain Dews and energy drinks all the time. And I was like, at the time, I was like, "I don't drink pop. I don't drink pop, because it's not good for you. I don't drink pop." And I'm
That's
looking
some
over,
young ass
and
shit.
Linda
Drinking a
is
Coke.
drinking her pop and her energy drink. I was like, F that. I'm about to drink a pop. Maybe it's making her run faster. I don't know. But I need it. I
Just
need
trying
it now.
shit.
But no, like the whole summer was just it was bad. I mean, like we talked about yesterday, at one point, like I had to go to a specialist because I might have exercise induced asthma. They prescribed me an inhaler, okay? Because I couldn't breathe. Like, like it was one we had to do, was just half the curve. It was
I
at a
got a
200.
question. Did they
Yeah.
tell y'all this was a requirement on y'all's visits? Did y'all know y'all was
No.
walking in the see?
No.
So y'all lied. See,
No.
go ahead.
I mean, but that's not even something that I would ask. I had no, like, you run your sprints in college and you thinking this is the hardest. This is like,
That's
you
something
think,
I need to
listen
know.
to kids. Let's listen to this. You think
Yes.
that the hardest thing that you are doing right now, when you're playing sports right now, you think the hardest thing you're doing is right now. No, baby. When you get to that next level, it's not a game.
Yeah.
It's not a game. So yeah,
And
like,
plus too, just a side note, the mid-major kid, even if you a mid-major caliber player, you got to work extra hard because them kids is in that portal. So
yeah,
you might not
now,
even have your
yeah.
shot. Now, right now, y'all got to work 10 times harder than what we had to, because
Yeah.
if they can get somebody, you at Tennessee Tech, and they can get somebody from Belmont who didn't cut it at Belmont, they gonna
Or they
come
got
on.
somebody. It was a couple years ago. They had like some players on Moorhead that was from UK, Alabama. I'm talking about like girls from like, really notable Power 5, type schools.
And that's another thing. And that's another thing too that we're gonna get to. If you wanting people, and this is how I see it. If I'm one of those players, yes, I'm a mid-major player. I'm a in-between. I'm a mid-major player, but yes, I might have got a look from Georgia, who's at the bottom of the SEC, who's not really gonna make no noise in the SEC, because it's gonna be ruled by Tennessee, it's gonna be ruled by LSU. Go ahead and go to a mid-major school that's gonna go to the tournament and make a name for yourself, and then try again. Like, you know what I'm saying? People get so hyping at Power 5 and, oh, I'm gonna play in the SEC. Yeah, you play in the SEC, but you in Georgia. They 6-25. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have to start thinking about stuff like that. Why not go to Belmont, who's gonna be a 12 seed in the tournament, who's gonna go to the tournament every year, who almost might beat somebody, who almost beat this person, might get a first game. Y'all gotta start thinking that way. But I didn't mean to cut you off. But I just
no, it's okay. And I was telling you yesterday about the 200 that we had to do. That was separate.
Y'all did too much in Moorhead, baby.
Hey. But listen, shout out to Coach Bradbury. I love Coach Bradbury. Love him so much. He definitely, it was hard, but it's weird. It's some way like I appreciated it. I appreciated his toughness. I
that was the hardest stuff you ever did.
Yeah, like, and it made me a better player.
Yeah.
we gonna really get off topic, okay? We gonna really get off topic.
If that's the hardest thing I did, then you have a baby, and there you go. But go ahead.
His the way he coached and everything like that, it made me a better player. I'll say that. Was it difficult? Was it hard? Yes. But the way that I was raised, I know how to persevere and push through. Yeah. And I'll be damned if somebody make me quit.
Okay.
I'll crawl my ass across that damn line before I quit. Before I let somebody make me quit. You know what I mean? Or have them see me quit. You know what I mean?
Quitting was never like a freaking option. Like,
yeah, no.
Like, that was never like, I remember I might have been like one time, like, we talk shit. Like, I'm finna quit. Or like, I remember like after my first year, I didn't like my situation. My freshman year, I didn't like my coach. I didn't like they had me playing a 4 position, and I was not a 4. I was 5'6", but the way they
Mm-hmm.
looking back, the way they saw, we got to have her on the floor, so let's just throw her out there and let her be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the way we got.
Right.
I had 4 seniors ahead of me, 3 senior guards who started. Look, we got to have her out there. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and put her on the floor and see what happens, and just throw her out there. You know what I'm saying? But so I made up in my mind like, shoot, I'm just gonna go to NAIA. I'm gonna be a little NAIA assassin. I'm gonna go be I'm gonna go be an all
Hey, you got all the
American.
names. I
You
need
know
to get
what
my
I'm
names
saying?
together.
That's what I told myself. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and be an NAIA assassin. I went home that summer and went to practice, man. I went and practiced with two small NAIA schools. And I
Mm-hmm.
killed them so bad and dang they own pickup. And I was just like, no, like I'm Division 1. Like I
Yes.
I can't
Yeah.
this is not even competition. Like this cannot happen. I
Yeah.
took my ass right back to school. But then my coach got fired. Cause they back then, so they had to, if you went and practiced with a school, if you step foot on another school's campus, they have to report that. They had
Okay.
to.
I
Back
didn't know
then, they
that.
had to report it because I went and practiced with them and I played pickup with them. They had to report that I was there. So they did it. My athletic director called me like, "Hey, we heard that you was on campus. Like, what's going
Mm.
on? Like, we finna make some changes. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. We want to see you here. You're gonna be a star here. Just give me about a week."
Shout out to him. Shout out
Yeah,
to
like
him.
they called me on the phone because I was like, I'm
I
gonna
mean, you
be,
want
and
to
I.
feel like you matter.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
so
oh
shout out to
yeah.
him for doing that.
When the head coach told me she was resigning, like she called me and told me like everything. I will say this about their staff: they, bless their hearts, they was nice. They just, it wasn't, the lights was on, it just wasn't connected on the
I get
court.
it.
But I will say everything that they told me that I was gonna do, I did. That's one thing I can say. They said I was gonna be all conference. They said I was gonna be
Mm-hmm.
Hall of Fame. Everything that they said it, I did that. So like both of them called me and was like, "Hey, don't leave. This is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be a star. Stay there." And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, cool." So like I said, I was gonna be NAI assassin. I didn't mean to cut you off again,
Nah,
but
you good, girl. It is
but
all good. I was
yeah,
about done anyway. It was like
yeah.
just conditioning. We ran that 200, which is just a half. Had to make that
That
in
was
30
too
seconds.
much.
Had to do
See,
8 of them. 8 of
that's too
them.
much. See,
And the walk
we
across
come
the
from an
field was a
overtraining
break.
time.
We
Go ahead.
do. We
Go
do.
ahead.
But just to emphasize on what it was like we had to run 8 of those in 30 seconds. And then the walk across the field was your break. So if you did not make it across the field in the allotted time of break, I think was like 30 seconds.
And you probably had to drink your water during your walk across the field too.
Yeah, you did. Because if you didn't make it across in 30 seconds over there, when she said go or blew that whistle, and you didn't make your time, you didn't make it. So I'm like trying my best to get over to the other side. Like I'm like I cannot breathe. And I remember one of my teammates, Deja, like she's like, and I remember yesterday I told you that my coach used to like put names on the thing, and that would be your
Yeah.
teammate. Deja was
Yeah.
always on my team, so we were like here. It didn't matter.
Right.
So Deja's like, come on, Courtney. She's like dragging me across the, like, at this point, dragging me across the field. I'm like, I
Yeah.
cannot breathe. And that's when Sarah came over, our trainer at the time. She came over with that brown bag. She's like, Courtney, you're
Breathing.
hyperventilating. You have to calm down. I'm like,
Shout out to
I
the
can't breathe.
trainer.
She's like, and she's so calm. She's like, Courtney, you can breathe if you're talking. I was just
Shout out
like,
to the
no,
trainer.
I cannot breathe. I can't breathe. I need to go see a specialist. I need an inhaler. Like, what? I remember.
Fight
And then
for
the
our
next,
lives out
when I
there.
finally got it, I was like, we had conditioning, and I'm like, and I'm about to make my times today because I just inhaled my inhaler. No, bitch, you still didn't make it.
Oh, jeez. See, and you know what? Like that stuff is overtraining. I bet you they not having them do all that shit now. I mess. See, it builds character. It truly does. So it's what they should be doing. But it's like looking back, it'd be like, why? Only thing I can say, that stuff did make me tough. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But only thing I can say that, and it's so funny, me and my husband talk about this, like on the job training. I'll tell you two things that stood out that was taught to me when I was in college. So when we would do like, you know how you had to do like all kind of alumni stuff, charity events, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Our coach would always make us sit with different people. It couldn't be no more than two of us at a table if we was at events and stuff like that. Because of that, I can talk to anybody. So that's one
Okay.
thing I can say that did work. And it's like with my husband, with his job, like he deal with I hate to put him out here, but he deal with people. I'll say it this way so I don't have to tell nobody else's business. But say if somebody talked to me crazy on the job, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And that's just their style when it's really like they passionate. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
reading between the lines, I can handle that because I done
Yeah.
been already talked to crazy regardless. Like
Yes.
you suck. You know what I'm saying? And reading between like that,
Yes.
that person just competitive. They're just passionate. They just you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So I will say that part
Yes.
of it.
I
That
I
prepared me for that.
totally agree. I'm
But
able to work
all
with a
that
variety of
running
people.
shit, like, why was we doing it?
I feel like because we were in like you got to think about okay before we even got to college, I feel like we were coached by old school players, old school coaching.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like that's the type. And for me, it wasn't like a big shock because all of my coaches growing up, they were all men. You know,
Yeah,
so
me
I
too.
was used to a level of like just passion
Yeah,
and like just the way they talk and what they expect, you know?
yeah.
So that part of it wasn't really a shock, you know, but yeah, I don't know why we did all that running, but the only thing I could think of is we kind of grew up in the people that coached us were like that old school style coaching.
Yeah,
But at the same time, like you got to think about some of the like us and the people that grew up in that time. I'm sorry, but we're like tough as hell.
I agree. It does build character. I will say that it does because, like I said, us now. I'll be honest. That your character, I don't want the type of character they built over there at Moorhead. I'll let you know right now. I didn't want none of that action. Takara would have been no good. Takara would have been no good. That y'all would have been having. You know that player you got to talk to. Like, come on, like I would have been her. I'ma just put that out there.
Hold on, I told you the other day we had a one of my teammates. She made herself have a fever. I told you that she was
You
like
get
that. She
creative
was
to
like,
get
I
sick.
am not like. She's like, I'm not trying to do this. Like, and she was like, y'all just don't say nothing. And we like, girl, we ain't gonna say nothing. But it's just like you still gonna have to run it, even if you're sick.
Eventually,
But it's okay,
eventually,
you know. But she put
or
like all of these blankets on her and like a heating pad and stuff. And then what's so funny is that she was like, when we got there, she's like, they're like, you know, like what's wrong with you? Like, why, you know? And she's like, oh,
I'm
I'm
sick.
just sick. It was like her voice and stuff. It was like, you go, girl.
Sis put on a whole
She
performance. See
did.
us, we had to do a timeout, but you had to do that to earn your jersey. Like even to get your
Whoa.
practice jersey, like you wasn't getting your. You had to do so many things to earn your jersey, like even your
Mm-hmm.
practice jersey. Like that was part of it. So like my freshman year, this is not my basketball moment. I'm gonna get my welcome to basketball, a college basketball moment. I'm gonna get to it in a second, but I had to tell this too because this is a good one. Um, my freshman year on the mile, I ran it 4 times. I ran that mile 4 times, and I was kind of like you. Oh, we a mile, shoot, like I'm athletic, like I can get out here and
Mm-hmm.
just just do it. Shoot, your girl came in about 7:50. Had to be it had to be 7 minutes actually. Freshman year, it had to be 7 minutes. Then my sophomore year, 6:45. But nah, after that, when I ran that thing, I was the last one to run it, and I caught myself coming in being like that girl, like coming in
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm this, and that. Like I averaged 40. Y'all barely could score 40 points as a team. I didn't average 40. Let me stop that. I scored 40 in a few times. I averaged
Mm-hmm.
26. I'm the number one recruit coming in this mug. Like, please. Like, you know what I'm thinking all that?
Right.
Shoot. I got exposed when it came to that mile. But anywho, so, but after that year, I ran it once every single year.
Exactly.
After that, I pushed
Exactly.
through what we need to come through 6:45. Hey, I'm coming in 6:40, 6:43. I'm
That's what's
over
up.
here. The next time coming around, we strategy. We all know the person who gonna
Yeah.
struggle. We gonna drag her. Then you come over here. Then I come in. Y'all run the first lap with her. But I will say it builds a different type of teamwork. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does.
It's a beautiful thing, especially when you got
It
somebody who
is.
does struggle, who you gotta pick up. I will say
It
that.
is. I don't know. My first 2 years, my first 3 years, they were probably like the best ones I've had for
Really?
sure.
In
Yeah.
college?
Hmm.
My
I think just
shoot.
it was just the camaraderie like of
I would say
the
I get you.
girls, my teammates.
Yeah.
That's
Senior year, you just over it.
yeah, like I
Senior
just
year, you
it was a
passed that.
lot. It was a lot
Yeah.
going on my senior year. Had nothing to do with the girls on the team,
Yeah.
and the girls that were there, they know that it was not about them. They were amazing. They were great, but I will say just it was difficult my
I
senior
get
year.
it.
It was
I get
difficult.
becoming a woman away from your family and you doing it on your own with people with your person who's yelling at you all the time. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not easy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you pretty much doing it together. But I'll get
Yeah.
into my welcome to college basketball moment. Here we go. So mine was my first game of the season. We were playing Louisville. And you know what? Surprisingly, we played Louisville at home. I love to
Mm.
see it.
Mhm.
Louisville came to the hoop. Louisville came to Cookville. Louisville came to the Hooper Eblum Center. Yes, they did. And this was the year that Louisville went to the Final Four. They went to the final
Mm.
game when they beat Courtney Paris and them at what was they? Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They beat them at
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Louisville was, I want to say they was ranked preseason 5 in the country. They had Candace Bingham. They had, of course, Angel McCautry.
Mhm.
Like they had weapons. Let's
Yes.
say that they had weapons.
Yeah.
So Angel McCautry, #1 draft pick. So I'm coming off the bench. And plus, too, my homegirls was on the team, too. My AAU teammate, shout out to Janae, shout out to Mo. My homegirls was on the team,
Mhm.
whatever. So Angel McCautry comes in, my coaches, they prepping me up on the bench. You know how you got that player who you got to talk to, come sit by me. I
Mhm.
was that player. come sit
Mhm.
by me. You come sit because you coming in.
Yeah.
So, okay, you gonna come in, you gonna guard Angel. And other people was scared of Angel. Like, but I ain't never been scared of nobody.
That
So
part.
Angel come in, I guard Angel, I get in, I'll clock in, whatever. I say clock in, whatever. I come to the game. So if it's a really good, mind you, this was the year Angel was gonna be the #1 draft pick to go to the league.
Mhm.
So Angel McCautry comes, she gets the ball on the wing. And if you are a really good athletic girl, you can get to the basket in 2 dribbles from the wing.
Mhm.
Like,
And
that's
she's
an
already
athlete.
what,
She's
6'3"?
6'2". She's
Six
six
two.
two.
Okay. Yeah.
You get to the ball, you 1-2. I could do that, and
Yeah.
I'm about 5'6".
Right.
2 dribbles, you gonna get there.
Mhm.
So Angel catches the ball on the wing. I'm playing Angel to take 2 dribbles. So you 1, 2, you count, you cut them off. Angel takes 1 dribble, and Angel's in the air. This girl rips
Hey.
on the left side. Angel takes 1 dribble and she's in the air. And I'm looking up like, oh my God. I thought she was finna dunk on me. I thought Angel's finna. So I fouled the shit out of her. So I of her like
That part. Yes.
like,
yes. Like, girl, have you
like,
lost your mind?
hey, that girl put that move on me so quick. Like literally 1 dribble was in the air, and I was like, what? Like, fouled the hell out of her.
What your coach say to you?
They didn't say nothing. Shoot. Draft pick. Shoot. She didn't make the shot. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I could do. But what makes this story so good, so 3 years ago, I run into Angel McCautry at a bar here in Atlanta at JoJo's. So I'm drunk at this point because it's actually my birthday. So I'm drunk and I'm with my homegirl. So we having drinks. We at the second spot by this time, honey. It's baby. It's 1:00. We finna close the club. The place finna shut down. So I'm sitting here at the bar. We kick in having drinks. I look to my right. Angel standing there. So I like I said, I have had a few drinks. I'm fanning out. So I'm like, Angel McCautry. And she like, her eyes get big and look at me like, yeah, like it's me. So I start talking to Angel and I'm like, hey, Angel, you don't remember this, but you was like my welcome to college basketball moment. Like, most girl. And I told her the same thing I told you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I was guarding you. People were scared to guard you. And you know what? And I told her this. I said, I wasn't scared to guard you. I was like, forget Angel. And she was like, she loved that shit. Like, she loved that. She was like, yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I was like, fuck Angel. So I said, then you got the ball on the left wing, and I played for you to take 2 dribbles, and you took 1, and you was in the air. I thought you was finna dunk on me, but I fouled the hell out your ass. And she was like, hey, go tell my friends this story. So she told, why didn't I buy her a drink? I should have. Went over there. I might have. She went over there, told her friends that story. She was like, hey, y'all hear how much passion she got? Like, I like that shit. And I was just telling her, I was like, you was my welcome to college basketball moment. Like, and I loved it. Like, but for real, like, and she told me, she was like, see, you got heart. Like, you got heart. Okay. I was like, damn fucking right. Like, fuck you. I was scared of you.
Like, have you lost your mind? Yeah. 1 dribble and in the air. Now, we played Louisville too. And I was like,
I know y'all did that same year.
Yeah, hey. I believe so. I was like, the difference between mid-major and Power 5 schools.
You see it.
Is that height, baby.
You think that you can play, and it be speed. Like, it's like speed you think too, that you can play, and physicality. You be thinking that you can play at that certain level, and then you play against that level, and you be like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
You know what I tell people when it comes to the OVC? So the toughest conference I've ever played against, and is the SEC when it comes to the guards. That's the toughest conference I personally ever played. Unless you playing against somebody like Angel, who's just the first round, right? All whatever, player of the year, whatever, jersey retire, all that. Like, the difference between the OVC and the SEC. When I was in the OVC, I knew where I was gonna get fouled. I'm going to get fouled from the free throw line inside. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to get fouled there. When you playing against the SEC, you're going to get fouled from when you throw the ball in on the outbounds and bring the ball up on the floor. You're going to get fouled the whole way through because they're so much more physical. Like, that's hard to do. Yeah. That's hard to play against.
It is. And they long.
They long.
So it's harder to get your shot off.
You 5'6", they 5'9".
The passing lane, they whole arms, hands, everything. Like
everything. Straight athletes. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, that was my welcome to college basketball moment.
I'm happy you got to tell her that though. And she was super cool about it.
I loved it. I was like, Angel, I gotta, and it was so crazy because afterwards, like, I was like asking people, because my homegirl, she don't know nothing about sports. So afterwards, everybody, I was like, did I like fan right then? Like giving groupie, and they was like, yeah, because she, what she hit me with? Angel hit me with just follow me on Instagram and I'll follow you back. And I was like, damn, like, I was one of those people, like, follow me back on Instagram types. Like, I meant that you was great, but I ain't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? But, child. But let's go ahead and call it a wrap. We've been on here for a little minute.
Okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in to our first episode. I felt good about it. I thought it was great. Y'all let us know what y'all want to hear from us. We have goals that we are trying to reach. So tell your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go follow us on Instagram. Go follow us on TikTok. All of that.
All of it.
All of it. Give us feedback on the first episode. Let us know what you thought about it. All of that. We appreciate y'all.
And also what you would like to hear.
Yes.
What you would like to hear. So yeah.
Yeah, we got big plans for us. Like I said, this is episode 1. We plan on bringing guests. We plan on covering a whole lot of things. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I had a good time recording. It's fun. This is like girl time for me. So I
loved it. I loved it. I get to tap into something new.
Exactly. It was
all
fun.
of it.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you go tell a friend to tell a friend. Do us a favor and go share this with one person. Let us know in the comments when we post kind of what you're related to, what you want to hear from us next. And we appreciate y'all. We're out.
Bye.
Oh.